Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
The Minister of National Security responds to those issues related to voter registration. That story is coming up straight ahead.
It's election year 2017, and Breville McCartney says the DNA will move on with or without the Rebel 7. That story coming up.
The unofficial Junkanoo results are in.
Leader of the Free National Movement, Dr. Hubert Minnis, weighs in on those marches scheduled for Majority Rule Day. That story straight ahead.
Public schools reopen next week. What you should know. Welcome to our news, and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina McNeil. Topping news tonight, amid concerns of low voter registration, last week Parliamentary Commissioner Sherlyn Hall defended his staff's right to reject people not following the public service dress code. Now the minister in charge of the elections is calling those statements surprising. Georgie O'Bain reports.
Minister of National Security Dr. Bernard Nodded says there should be nothing to hinder voter registration except for those things listed in the Parliamentary Elections Act that deems persons ineligible to vote, and according to Nodded, inappropriate attire is not one of them. Minister of National Security Dr. Bernard Nodded says some of the reports that he has heard are surprising.
Some of the things that I've heard on the radio have surprised me because there are no such regulations with respect to the way you dress. Of course, like anybody else, one would wish people to dress appropriately.
Last week, some women reported that they were unable to register to vote due to exposed cleavage. There was instant backlash and calls for the Parliamentary Commissioner Sherlyn Hall to step down. However, some calls were directed at the Minister of National Security.
With the results of the referendum, the paltry, slow, inadequate, lackluster registration campaign for the upcoming general election, I think that our very democracy is under threat here with the existing leadership at the Parliamentary Registrar's Office.
Nodded tells our news employees at the registration department do not know the circumstances surrounding the attire of persons coming to register, so they should not be turning anyone around unless it's for illegal means.
Some people are doing well and some are not doing so well. So no hindrance, no illegal hindrance should be put in the way of people registering to vote by the parliamentary registrar or anyone else.
Nodded added that this week they plan to add more registration centers to make it easier for Bahamians to register to vote.
This week coming, we are opening a number of additional voting centers in New Providence and Grand Bahama, particularly where voting has not been as we expected it. And I'm hoping that people use these opportunities to get themselves registered to vote.
Reporting for our news, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
Well, time is running out for the 7 rebel MPs to decide whether they will join forces with the Democratic National Alliance. As the 2017 election season gears up, DNA leader Breville McCartney tells our news that the door won't be open too long for those rogue F&M MPs. Kyle Joaquin reports.
If they are expelled from the F&M, they're going to have to make some decisions. They have several options at their disposal.
But the clock is winding down. McCartney said the DNA has already begun its campaign and is ready to move on. But as speculation continues over the next move for Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner and the 6 others who supported her in ousting Dr. Hubert Minnis as opposition leader, McCartney says the DNA won't wait around too long.
I can't say what she would do if she is expelled from the party. I don't know. That has not been discussed. I have no doubt in the very near future there may be discussions in that regard, but that honestly has not been discussed. You've heard all these rumors and stuff like that. What has been discussed is that the DNA is here.
McCartney says he fully understands the importance and the value of the smaller parties to the election process, which is why for years he's been trying to speak or meet with the leaders to try and get everyone to come together, but to no avail. According to McCartney, Butler Turner seemed to be the only leader interested in uniting opposition forces.
We extended an invitation to speak with all opposition forces who want to do right for this country, who wants to move this country ahead, and who wants PLP out. We've done that, but we are where we are.
But regardless of whatever decision the FNM or Butler-Turner makes, here's what McCartney believes is the moral of the story.
Let me tell you, the PLP knows that their greatest weapon is Dr. Hubert Minnis.
And he went further.
They want him there. They want him there. And you're going to see, leading up to this election, as to why they want him to lead. And it'll all come out in due course.
Reporting for our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
In other news, the Valley Boys making a huge turnaround in the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade on the heels of that 5th place finish on the A Division on Boxing Day morning. Hundreds of Bahamians gathered on Arawak Key Tuesday evening, eagerly awaiting the unofficial parade results.
And your winner of the 2017 New Year's Day Parade with 80.23, the Valley Boys. Thank you.
One family came a close second with 79.91 points, followed by Saxons with 77.17 points. Roots came in 4th and Genesis 5th, rounding out the A Division groups. Valley Boys senior member Barry McKinney was among those celebrating as the results were read. He says the Valley Boys proved that they were in it to win it after Boxing Day's disappointing outcome.
They gave us 5 across the board on Boxing Day, and they leave us for dead that we can't come back. But the Valley Boys rallied up their team, and we came back with enthusiasm, and we came there to overwhelm the crowd and let them know we ain't come here to play dead. See, our motto is, in 2017, the Valley Boys like Timex watch, take a licking and keep on ticking. We don't play dead.
As for the B Division, Colors came in first with 76.53 points, followed by the Congos with 64.57 points, and Fancy Dancers with 63.49 points. Conquerors for Christ followed in 4th place, Redland Soldiers in 5th, Body of Christ in 6th, and New Vikings in 7th place. Chairman of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, Silbert Ferguson, says penalty points played a major role in the unofficial results, and in some cases meant the difference between 1st and 2nd place.
1 point penalty, which is one person in a cloth costume, they can destroy your group, okay? And so, you know, as we have tightened the scores in these parades over the last 3 years, we realize how tight these parades are. We have gotten better parades because of the tightness in the scores. And so, you know, our groups have to do better jobs of managing their parades.
As for the outcome of the 2016-2017 parade season, Ferguson says the New Year's Day parade saw the highest ticket sales in over 10 years, with ticket sales going toward the prize packages for parade winners.
That prize package that the JCNP is faced with every year is now $383,000. And we have to have enough people sitting in those seats to be able to pay these groups their prize money. We say thank you. This year, 100% sold out parade Boxing Day and 80% New Year's Day. Couldn't ask for more.
The Junkanoo results will become official on January 15th if there are no appeals. Still to come on our news, a party leader says seeds of division are being sown ahead of the public march set for Majority Rule Day. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation welcomes 2017 with a positive outlook and what you should know before public schools reopen. That's coming up when our news returns.